Hello everyone, and welcome. I'm excited to introduce you to our comprehensive self-study course designed to transform your communication skills. This course focuses on mastering active listening and interpreting body language. By the end, you'll have the opportunity to validate your expertise through a final examination. Today, we'll explore how these essential professional skills can elevate your interactions. Let's get started. Now, let's talk about how you can gauge your readiness for the final examination. It's important to complete all the quizzes along the way, including the progress tracking quizzes, because they serve as valuable indicators of your progress and how prepared you are. These quizzes help you identify any areas where you might need a bit more review before the big test. Additionally, you'll find interactive exercises and activities designed to reinforce what you've learned, making the process more engaging and effective. The course is built around 8 structured learning units, each carefully crafted with readings, practical exercises, review materials, and assessment quizzes. To ensure you're fully prepared for the final exam, you'll want to complete all reading assignments and quizzes at a minimum. Remember, these components are all part of your journey to mastering communication. Your quiz scores are not just grades, they're a clear picture of your progress and readiness. So, stay consistent, complete each part of the course, and use your quiz results to guide your review. This approach will set you up for success and help you confidently reach your communication mastery goals. On this slide, we're exploring how decoding body language can help us build trust, communicate authority, and uncover true feelings and motives. Nonverbal communication plays a crucial role in how we connect with others. When we learn to interpret these cues, we can navigate even difficult or emotionally charged situations with more confidence and empathy. Next, emotional intelligence becomes key. Mastering techniques like paraphrasing, emotional labeling, and validation allows us to demonstrate real understanding. This not only fosters trust, but also helps us build genuine rapport. Finally, active listening skills are at the core of effective communication. This course is designed to introduce you to the foundational principles of active listening and body language, two of the most powerful tools you can have. Through structured learning and practice, you'll develop the ability to truly hear what others are saying, and, equally important, understand what they might not be explicitly expressing through nonverbal cues. This combination will transform how you communicate and connect with others in all areas of your life. Each outcome has been carefully designed to build upon previous learning, creating a progressive path from foundational concepts to advanced application. What this means is that, as you move through the course, you'll start with core ideas and gradually develop more complex skills. You'll not only learn theoretical frameworks, but also gain practical skills you can immediately apply in professional and personal contexts. This approach ensures that what you learn is relevant and actionable in real life. By the end of this course, you will have developed a comprehensive skill set that transforms how you communicate, understand others, and navigate complex interpersonal dynamics. These outcomes are measurable competencies, meaning you'll be able to demonstrate your progress through coursework and the final examination. Overall, this structure is designed to help you grow step by step, building confidence and competence in key areas that will benefit you far beyond the classroom. Let's start by taking a moment to evaluate our own listening habits. Think about how you typically listen during conversations. Are you fully engaged, or are there moments when your mind wanders? Identifying areas for improvement is the first step toward becoming a more active listener. Next, I want you to consider applying active listening techniques in real-world scenarios. Whether you're in a meeting, having a one-on-one chat, or even listening to a presentation, these techniques can make a real difference in how well you understand and connect with others. It's also important to understand the barriers that can block effective listening. Distractions, preconceived notions, or even fatigue can all get in the way. Recognizing these barriers helps us overcome them and improves our communication. Now, let's focus on the key elements of active listening. These include paying close attention, making sure we comprehend what's being said, and responding appropriately. Each of these components plays a vital role in ensuring we truly understand the speaker. By developing a deep understanding of what active listening really means, we see that it's more than just hearing words. It involves attention, comprehension, and response, core components that distinguish active listening from passive hearing. When we assess these fundamental aspects, we see that being an active listener requires intention and practice. It's about fully engaging with the speaker, not just passively receiving information. Remember, effective communication hinges on this skill. When we master active listening, we foster better relationships, reduce misunderstandings, and create a more open and productive environment. Let's talk about negative automatic beliefs. These are the assumptions we make, like they don't respect me or this won't work, and they tend to cloud our judgment before we've even fully listened or understood the other person. It's important to practice mindful awareness during communication, so we can catch ourselves falling into these patterns. Developing strategies to challenge and reframe these distorted thoughts is key. By doing so, we can see situations more clearly and respond more effectively. Understanding how these beliefs influence our interpretation helps us recognize when our perception might be skewed. Recognizing common negative automatic beliefs allows us to identify them early. The goal is to learn how to spot these automatic negative thoughts and beliefs because they can distort our perception during conversations. These cognitive distortions act as barriers, blocking effective listening and true understanding. When we examine challenges influenced by these beliefs, we can work to overcome them, leading to better communication. Remember, awareness is the first step toward healthier, more open dialogue. Now, let's explore how offering your perspective in ways that connect directly to their expressed needs can make a real difference. When you present solutions, it's essential to establish credibility by demonstrating that you truly understand their situation and that you genuinely empathize with their concerns. This foundation helps build trust, which is crucial in any effective communication. It's also important to acknowledge and validate their feelings and viewpoints in an authentic way. People want to feel heard and understood, so taking the time to fully grasp their perspective before sharing your own ideas is key. This is where active listening plays a vital role. Discover how powerful listening can be. When people feel truly heard and understood, they become more open to your perspective and ideas. This unit is about teaching you how to use listening strategically, transforming it into one of your most effective persuasion tools. By building your active listening skills, you'll be better equipped to persuade others and foster genuine connections. Remember, listening isn't just about hearing words. It's about understanding and engaging with the other person's viewpoint, which ultimately influences and motivates them more effectively. On this slide, we're focusing on how to de-escalate tense situations through strategic body language. It's essential to respond with empathy, showing understanding and concern, while still maintaining professional boundaries. When emotions run high, using calming techniques can really help to diffuse the intensity and bring the situation back to a more manageable level. Adjusting your communication style to match the emotional context is also key, being mindful of how your words and actions are perceived. It's important to recognize emotional intensity not just through what people say, but through nonverbal signals like facial expressions, gestures, and tone of voice. This ties into the overall theme of mastering key response strategies. Recognizing and responding appropriately to emotional cues, especially those conveyed nonverbally, can make all the difference. It enables you to navigate tense moments with grace and effectiveness, helping to de-escalate rather than escalate the situation. Remember, paying close attention to body language is a powerful tool in managing emotional exchanges. Now, let's explore how people use various nonverbal cues to communicate their priorities and respect through time and space. First, we have chronemics, which is about how we use time, such as punctuality or delays, to send messages about our priorities and respect for others. Next is proxemics, the way we use personal space and distance to communicate comfort, boundaries, and social cues. Moving on, gestures, like hand and arm movements, are powerful tools that can emphasize, illustrate, or even contradict what we're saying verbally. Our posture and stance also reveal a lot about our state of mind. Whether we appear confident, open, or defensive can be read through how we position our bodies. Eye contact is another critical element. The way we use our gaze can indicate interest, discomfort, honesty, or even deception. And finally, facial expressions, those incredibly expressive parts of our body, can reveal genuine emotions that words might hide. Together, these nonverbal behaviors form a silent language that plays a huge role in communication. By learning to decode gestures, postures, facial expressions, and spatial behavior, we can better understand the unspoken messages others are sending. This systematic approach enhances our ability to interpret and respond effectively in any interaction. Now, let's take a closer look at how our limbic system influences nonverbal communication. Often called the honest brain, this part of our brain generates quick, automatic responses to stimuli without us even realizing it. These responses show up in our body language before our conscious mind has a chance to filter or control them. That's why nonverbal cues can be so revealing. They often reveal our true feelings and reactions. The limbic system controls many of these behaviors, especially those related to emotion and stress. When we understand how it works, we can better recognize authentic reactions versus those that are more controlled or deliberate. This connection between the limbic brain and body language is a key part of reading people accurately and understanding their true emotional state. So, by studying these automatic responses, we gain deeper insight into genuine feelings and reactions that might otherwise go unnoticed. Let's take a closer look at how chest expansion and breathing rate can reveal our emotional states. When someone is anxious, they tend to breathe rapidly and shallowly. On the other hand, deep, slow breathing often indicates calmness and relaxation. So, observing these breathing patterns can give us valuable clues about how someone is truly feeling underneath their words. Now, moving on to torso orientation, where the torso points often shows what genuinely interests or comforts a person. People naturally angle their bodies toward things that catch their interest or make them feel safe, and they turn away from threats or discomfort. This subtle movement can tell us a lot about their engagement and comfort level. Next, let's discuss shoulder displays. Raised shoulders can signal stress or uncertainty, while squared shoulders typically project confidence. Also, if someone shrugs their shoulders, it might suggest doubt or a lack of commitment to what they're saying. These small cues can reveal underlying feelings that words may not express. It's important to remember that the torso is one of the most honest parts of the body. It often reveals true feelings that the face might try to hide. By learning to read these signals, torso orientation, shoulder position, chest movement, and even hip movement, we can gain a deeper understanding of what someone is really feeling. So, decoding the signals from the torso, hips, abdomen, chest, and shoulders allows us to better interpret genuine emotions and reactions. Recognizing these physical cues helps us connect more authentically and respond more effectively in any interaction. Research shows that even trained professionals achieve only slightly better than chance accuracy in detecting lies. That means, despite our best efforts, accurately identifying deception remains a significant challenge. Context, baseline behavior, and clusters of cues tend to matter more than any single tell or obvious sign. Contrary to common myths, there's no single behavior that definitively indicates someone is lying. Instead, what we look for are patterns, groups of behaviors that, when considered together, can suggest deception. That's why establishing a baseline of normal behavior is so critical. Let's talk about the role of hands in communication. Hands are incredibly expressive and honest communicators. They emphasize and punctuate speech with gestures, which can reveal confidence, nervousness, or emotional states. For example, illustrators help emphasize key points, while hidden hands might indicate discomfort or withholding information. Palm displays generally suggest openness and honesty, whereas hand-wringing can reveal anxiety or discomfort. Steepling, where fingertips touch, often indicates confidence and authority. Understanding these gestures and their underlying meanings is essential because hands reveal so much about what someone is truly feeling or thinking. Mastering this means developing two advanced skills. First, interpreting hand gestures and movements accurately, and second, understanding how these cues fit into the bigger picture of deception detection. It's a nuanced challenge, far more complex than what popular culture often suggests. So remember, hand behavior is a powerful window into a person's inner state. By paying close attention to these cues, you can become more skilled at reading the subtleties of honest versus deceptive communication.